Seriously, Brian, you're an amateur compared to these lot. You're a fucking amateur at arrogance compared to these lot. They got the actual balls to listen to what you're saying, ignore it all, call you crazy, and still dare to say that they're the ones who care. That's what you call arrogance, mate. Yeah. Fucking have a word with yourself. That was me talking to me. I'm the one who needs to have a word with himself. Yeah. Yeah. And that's pretty much all I do. And I still think I need to do it more. You think I don't sit around checking my own behaviour and making sure I'm not being too whatever? You think I've got some sort of psychosis or some shit? Fuck me. I bet you can't even define a bastard word. It's fucking wild. All the thoughts you've got in your head and you think you're right about them, and if you were to just stop for 1 second and take any single thought that you had and try and define any of the important words within your thought, I bet you couldn't define one of them. But you're happy to fucking define me as mad, are you? Yeah, alright, mate. Good luck with that one. Yeah. Fucking hell, man. It's fucking wild. It's fucking wild when you think about it. Because it must be mad. And there must, do you know what? There's probably a load of people. There's probably some people who fucking watch this and they think, fucking hell, Brian, I wish I could fucking spam it, but if I fucking, it's fucking like I've got fucking concerns and stuff, and it's like, yeah, no, I know you do, mate, and don't ever feel like I'm pressuring you into it. And even if you're a fucking lovely person who fucking can't help but fucking, forget that I said you don't have to, and then listen to me a bit later and suddenly start feeling it again. Oh God, maybe I just should anyway. No, don't take any risks, mate. I'm not being sarcastic now, I'm being as sincere as it fucking gets, mate. I don't need to know what the risks are for you in order for me to know that there probably are ones. Hello? I don't need to know what it is, I only need to know that it is. And the truth. Yeah? He's crazy, he's talking about being the truth again. Yeah, prove I'm not. You don't even believe truth exists. That's the only reason you think I'm crazy when I say I'm the truth. Because you think no one could be the truth, because the truth doesn't even exist, because there's no such thing as absolute truth, is there? So, Brian, what you're on about, it's all subjective. Yeah, you fucking idiot. It's another word you don't know how to define. Now I'm talking to everyone in case everyone's watching it, because I'm not talking to the people who know me now, you know what I mean? Fucking, I've already done all that, and I'm sorry as well, by the way, because you fucking, for each of you it's different, innit, eh? You think I don't know that? You gotta remember, the only people I'm talking to are the people who are relevant to the thing I happen to be talking to. And if you're not relevant to the thing I happen to be talking to or describing, well then that's not you, is it? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. Whoever they are. Out of my friends. Yeah. The ones who ain't got no reason to be scared or worried. Yeah. Or have got lifestyles they'd rather keep private. Yeah. People who haven't got all that. Yeah. And still don't care. Call me crazy and think, oh, look at him. That's who I'm talking to when I'm talking like that. I'm not talking to, come on, guys. But I am also talking to some of the closer people I know, some of them, when I'm talking about how you think I'm crazy. You think I'm sad, you think I'm this, you think I'm that, you think I'm a raving lunatic talking about all this God and Dad and all that. It's only because you don't understand the subjects and you'd rather not think about it, and it's easier to call me crazy than it is to think about it. That's fair enough. But you're wrong, so you need to think about that at least. Think about the fact that you're wrong, I'm crazy. Imagine I'm wrong. Imagine you're wrong, I mean. Just imagine for a second that I'm not crazy. You're probably too scared to imagine that I'm not crazy. Because if I'm not crazy, then half the stuff I've said is not only right, it's bang fucking on. And that could be the scariest part of it all. Is that I might be less crazy than even I think. And most of the time I'm with you lot, thinking I'm crazy. So, already told you that. I'm never allowed to stop thinking I might be crazy. Because if for 1 second I stop checking, Brian, are you thinking something stupid? Are you thinking wild, stupid things? Are you making connections that don't actually need to be made? Are you making inferences that shouldn't be there? Are you doing things? Are you crazy? Are you imagining things? Are you all of this, all of that? Are you thinking that thing? Have you got this particular opinion about a particular thing because it's actually an anger issue about something else? And all of these sorts of things. You think I'm not double, triple, quadruple checking every single fucking thing that I think at all times? I'm not trying to brag now, and I've got no right to, because the freestyle I showed you was shit. But it's not easy. What I mean by it's not easy is it's not that it's not easy for me, as in well done Brian, I'm a hero for being able to do it. I mean it's not easy on the subconscious. Fuck me, is it on overdrive when I'm doing that? Because it's not just spitting out my spit, it's catching hold of the relevancies of everything that I say as well, and throwing them in. It's thinking about all the different types of people who could potentially be listening to me, and all their different walks of life that they have, and all the different perspectives that they have, both people who know me and complete strangers, and it's taking that all into account at the same time. And if I ever almost say anything that sounds like it could even maybe offend and or confuse anyone in a way I'd rather it didn't, my brain's catching that at the same time whilst I'm freestyling. I'm not an idiot. Yeah? I'm not saying I've got a high IQ or anything. I don't fucking know or care. I'm just saying I'm not a fucking idiot. And if you think I am, that's fine. It's just until you can at least point to a single word I've said that is the bit that you're saying, look, Brian, that's the bit that makes you look like an idiot. That's what made me think it. I bet you can't even point to a bit that is the bit that made you think it. It's just easier to think it. So who knows? Fucking hour and 20 minutes and I haven't fucking done any freestyling. All I've done is fucking have a go at yous all. Sorry. Maybe it'd be better if I was crazy, because then at least nothing I just said would be true. Because if any of things I just said's true, then well, it's true, and everything that flows from that's also true about me and you. Fucking wild, man. It's fucking wild. I almost forgot the camera was on then. So now I'm fucking wanting to try and freestyle or something now. I don't want this fucking dead air. I mean, my videos must already be hard enough to watch. Never mind if I'm fucking sitting here in silence. Fucking hell, Brian. Give him a break. Give him a fucking chance at least, mate. You know what I mean? Fucking hell, at least put a bit of bait on the hook. You know, dry hook. That's fucking a bit rough for everyone, isn't it? You know. Is it arrogant of me to say that no one's even 1% close to being as real as I am? No one would... People might think some of the things I think, but they'd never say them. They'd never describe themselves in that way. They'd never admit it in that way. They'd never say it in that way. And they'd never be able to understand what the other person's point of view is, so as to be able to describe what might be going on to them in a way that they suddenly go, fucking hell, mate, how did he know that? Yeah, because I can imagine it, mate. That's why. Because empathy is not just a feeling. It's an understanding. And you don't have to have been through it in order to roughly understand it. You need to have been through it to know it. But in order to roughly understand it, yeah, it's like imagining what it's like for an ambulance driver turns up at a horrific, you can't know what that is until you're there. But you can understand that it's brutal beyond measure, and if ever it come up in conversation, the only way in which you would ever describe it would be respectfully, heroically, yeah, in order to be like, God, mate, the fact that you can do that is amazing. Oh my God, I'd be in tears all the time, or I'd be throwing up, or I just couldn't do it, or whatever. Yeah? Well, that's a really obvious example of being able to have an understanding of the fact that you don't need to have a complete knowledge of something to be able to just understand that it is extremely intense, or it is extremely heroic, or it is extremely difficult, or it is this, or it is that, or it is whatever. Yeah? That's what empathy is. Empathy is not just caring about what other people feel. That's caring. That's beautiful. It's just a different thing. Empathy is having a go. You don't have to get it absolutely right. It's about attempting to understand it from their point of view. That's why when people talk about empathy, they're not talking about empathy. Because if you had empathy and you absolutely hate Donald Trump, you'd be able to understand why people like him and not think it's because of hate and because they're all racist and all that. But you can't. You can't imagine why people might like him. Because you don't actually know what empathy is. It's just a word you use to sound good. And you are good because the word you're using to sound good is incorrect, but what you're trying to describe about yourself is care. You do care, you just don't have empathy. It's not that you don't have it, it's that you don't use it because you think you're using it when you care. So you don't think you need to use it because you think you're already using it because you don't understand it properly. Now who's an arrogant fuck? Yeah, that's right. Now what am I doing? Am I just being mean? Am I just being smug? Telling people they don't even know what empathy means. They must be sitting there thinking, who the fuck do you think you are, mate? As if I fucking don't fucking... And you probably do. If that's the case, I'm not talking to you. Remember, contextual. That's where we are. It's not you. Of course, if you're sitting there going, oh, what the fuck, no, fucking Trump, you're one of the people I'm talking to. You're a dickhead. Do you know, if it wasn't for being nice and caring and considering, which I do believe is true, considering every single human life to have equal value, assuming they haven't been a torturous, murderous bastard or something like that. Yeah? And so all of us, in a general sense, have got an equal right to take part in society and all that. Do you know, if you're the sort of person who thinks that sort of shit, do you know there isn't actually a good argument for why you should be allowed to take part in the decision making? Because you haven't got the intent to be able to make a decision that's good for all. Your intent is to make a decision that's either what you think is good without considering what's good for all, or what's good for your side, or what's bad for the people you don't like. which is what a lot of yous mostly do. Just shout down whatever the other side says. Even if it's a good idea, you guys shout it down and twist it and say they're horrible. Oh, they only want to do that because of some stupid evil reason. What? Do you have any idea how stupid you all are? Oh, look at him now. Who's he talking to now? You cunt. You haven't got a clue. And you think you're really wise and political knowledgeable and all the rest of it. Do you know why? Because it's really easy to sound clever when you cheerlead your own side to all the fans of your own side. Nothing against football fans now, boys, because I love you all. But it's like being in your local pub of the team you support and shouting out, you know, oh, we won 7 cups or something like that. And everyone cheers for you because they all agree with you and all that. And it is good that you won 7 cups, but that's not exactly a demonstration of how much you know about football and or your specific team, is it? That's just you saying an obvious thing that they've done and everybody else cheering along with you because they all want to celebrate the team that they're cheering for, because that's what they're all there for, is to cheer for the team that they all like cheering for all together, where they all get to clap each other on the back and feel like they're part of something, because we're the good side, aren't we? Don't forget, we're the good side. Don't forget, we're the good side and they're the bad side. So you have to vote against the bad ones, yeah? Because you're the good ones. Don't forget. Yeah? Every time the other side says anything, they're only saying it for bad reasons. You do know that, don't you? They probably hate you, you know, or the other side probably hates you, you know. The fact that they've never even thought about you and couldn't give a fuck about you in a basic sense, as in they don't consider you. It's not that they would be happy for bad things to happen. That's not what they don't care about. They don't care about you in the same way as you don't care about a blade of grass somewhere. It's not that you don't care, it's that you're not caring about them at the moment because they don't come up on your radar because they're not in your life. The other side doesn't hate you. You hate them. And the sad part is when you're hating them, you're not even hating them. You're hating a made-up idea of them that you've got in your own head that's not even them. My God. We should vote for this team, it's the lesser of 2 evils. Right. Yeah, good luck with that. 1, it's not. It's not the lesser of 2 evils. It's another side of the exact same coin of evil. But you can't even demonstrate why it's the lesser of all evils, even in your own stupid mind. The only reason you think the team you pick is a little bit better than the team you don't like, yeah, it's because you're biased towards your own team. So you don't care about the bad things they do. You don't look them up. You look up the bad things the other side does all day though, don't you? Oh, I look up my own team's bad people all the time. Oh, I'm always reading things about one of the politicians on my side who did something. Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah. Yeah. How quickly do you write it off? Yeah. Oh, we can't judge all of them because of that. No, you judge the other side because of one person. Dickheads. Don't like getting into politics because it does feel like I'm picking sides. And it's possible to. It's possible to pick a side. In a rough sense. In terms of, I think that politician's lying a bit less than the other politician. That's the best you'll do, though. That's the best you can do. I think they're lying a little bit less than the other one. What are their policies? It's almost irrelevant because it doesn't matter what they're saying. It only matters whether they got any intention of actually carrying it out once they get in. What's the point in listening to what they say and choosing them based on what they say, yeah, if the important component isn't what they say, but whether or not they've got any intentions of actually carrying it out on the day? Because what happens every time, and what does everyone say? And I've said it a million times, and here I am again. Who gives a fuck? They never do what they say they're going to do. Well, guess what? Every now and again, there's one who does. And do you know when that happens? Do you know what happens? Both sides attack them. Yeah. You might not like what they do, but they did what they said they were going to do, and somehow you lot didn't even notice that. And it's like, it's more rare than rocking horse shit. And you didn't even notice it. And they're not going to be perfect, but fuck me, at least they did what they said they were going to. Christ, that's a first, innit? No? Oh well. Peace agreements? No wars? That's a first as well. No. Nah. Probably he's one of the Illuminati, innit? Yeah, probably. Fucking dickheads. Not that he's perfect and not corrupt. The fuck would I know? It's just that's the same with all of them, and we've got evidence for all of them being absolutely corrupt, lying bastards that don't do anything they say they're going to do when they get in. And we've got evidence of one of them who, no matter what you think about him, did exactly what he said he was going to do when he got in. That's a first. Anyway, I'll be talking shit on her. Okay. Go back to sleep. So now what? Now I forgot I was even meant to be freestyling. Now I'm fucking chatting shit again. It's just all whatever happens to be the spin-offs of whatever I'm talking about. I was talking about you lot and how you're not doing fuck all, but you still act like you're a caring, empathetic people who are supporting all of these good causes and stuff like that, and yet when an actual thing that's not a world cause, that can't actually be stopped with a fucking petition, but anyway, makes you feel better, doesn't it? When it's an actual thing that's like, you know, two dangerous criminals wandering around the neighbourhood, and all I'm asking you to do is share a post about it, you ignore that, Mr. Caring Person, Mrs. Caring Person, whatever the case may be. That's convenient, isn't it? So yeah, it spins from that into something like politics or something like that, because I'm trying to work out why you guys would act like that under the conditions, and it leads me to ideas of why you might be acting like that, and so I look for other examples of how you act. Oh, and you act like that in quite a lot of times, in quite a lot of places. Oh, look at that. Politicians are all corrupt. They take our tax money and misuse it. They spend it and they steal it all from all those hard-working people that pay their taxes, and the government comes along and they steal the money, and they lie and they corrupt and they swindle it and all the rest of it. Yeah? I'm not saying they don't. What I'm saying is, what makes the grassroots think it's any better than them? Because that's what half the people on benefits are doing. Lying and exaggerating in order to be able to get benefits for longer than they should. Exaggerating their emotions to the GP. I know a lot of people are telling the truth, but a lot of people are fucking lying because of how easy it is, and we all know it's going on, and you all like to pretend that's not going on, don't you? When you're looking at the politicians. How dare they? How dare they steal all the hard-working people's money? Yeah. What do you say in your little circles when you're talking about scamming the benefit agencies? Fuck them, it's only the government's money. Fuck them. What have they ever done for us? Yeah, why should I feel bad about taking money off the government? Oh, it's the government's money all of a sudden when you're stealing it, is it? When you're stealing the benefits money, yeah, it's the government's money then, is it? So you can feel all right about nicking it. But when they nick it, all of a sudden they're stealing money off the hard-working people. Oh, God, that's a good one, isn't it? You know, because it'd be really awkward if you were the sort of person that was stealing money off of all the hard-working people, wouldn't it? God, you wouldn't want to think that about yourself, would you? No. We'll think it about them, though, won't we? Yeah, because it's true, isn't it? Because they are. And do you know what the funny thing is? They are. And do you know all the bad things all you people say about the politicians that are corrupt and steal all the money and them sorts of things? They are all bad. Aren't they? Oh, yeah, that's right. But you're not. No, it's the elites that are bad, and the average person's just, doing their best. Fucking lying bastards. The only reason you're not as dangerous and corrupt as the politicians is not because you're a better person than them. It's because you don't have the ability to do it. If you were in their position, you would. You think you wouldn't because you think you're a good person, but like I just described, you can think you're a good person whilst you scam the benefits agency and condone it, and still call the politicians every name under the sun for doing exactly the same thing. So the idea that you think you're a good person doesn't surprise me, but the reality is, unlucky, mate. I'm not saying you're not a good person. I'm saying that in these contexts, there's hardly any good people. Because if you had the authority that the top politicians have, and or the elites have, or whoever you want to call corrupt, if you were in their position, you think you're going to be Mother Teresa, do you? You're even more arrogant than I fucking am if you think that about yourself. You're already biased towards the people that you know. Imagine if you had power and shit. That's the only difference between you and them. The only difference between you and the powerful people is you ain't got no power. You might want to think about that before you start trying to restructure society by tearing it all down because the elites are the bad ones. Not sure about that. What are you going to replace them with? The good ones. Yeah, good luck. If it was up to half of you anti-establishment people, if you got in power, you'd outlaw religions, because you think they're bad, and then you still reckon the politicians are the bad ones. That's how stupid and hypocritical most on you are. That's why I'm not joking when I say that even though I think we should all be involved in the decision, there isn't actually a good argument as to why everybody should be allowed to be involved in the decision. Because it's like asking people who know nothing about engineering to be involved in the plan for the engineering. Why would we ask people who haven't got a fucking clue what they're talking about? Yeah, but we have to, don't we? Because it's everyone. And I believe in that. It's just, the reality is, the reason things are fucked up is not just because there's corrupt politicians, it's because you lot don't know what you're fucking doing. And you like to pretend you do, because you think as long as you feel like you're a good person, then that means whatever you're doing is probably good in it, and you don't need to think much more than that. Dickheads. You need to understand whose side I'm on. Do you know whose side I'm on? You think I'm a fence sitter? I'm not a fence sitter. Yeah? I'm not the fence. Yeah? I'm not on either side. Yeah? I'm the floor. That's what side I'm on. I'm the floor, mate. Without it being true, nothing happens. So you can be on that side, you can be on that side, you can sit in the middle, you can build the fence. It can be grass, it can be concrete, I don't fucking care what's under your feet where you're standing. There has to be somewhere under your feet in order for you to be standing. I'm the guy who describes it to you. I'm not the one who tells you where to stand. I'm the floor. You stand on whichever bit of floor you want. Get me? Or do you just think I'm a nutter who reckons he's clever? I reckon I'm being fucking half out of order at the moment is what I reckon I'm doing. I reckon even if what I'm saying is true right now, yeah, that the fact of the way I'm saying it, yeah, and you know, how I'm describing it, yeah, even if I'm correct, I just think the attitude's a bit rough with it all at the moment. I'm aware of that, and I can acknowledge how that might make people feel. And whilst I mean what I'm saying about everything I'm saying, there's plenty of lovely, nice people in the world. And they could easily feel like I was talking to them or something like that and feel like, you know, I've just described something about them that they've realised about some contradiction within their own belief or something like that. And they've gone, fucking hell, oh my God, and he's calling me a cunt. And no. That's not what's happening. I'm describing the things. If you happen to fall into the bracket, that's not my fault. I don't create the brackets. I don't create the distinctions. I don't create the behaviours. I just describe them. And the only thing anyone's got is, how do you know? Anything's possible. You know, anything's possible is a self-contradictory statement. I mean, it's one of the most stupid things you could ever say, but it's not just self-contradictory. It's self-contradictory in multiple ways. It's like, anything's possible. Have you got any idea how stupid a statement that is? It's self-evidently false on its face. One, not anything's possible, so we can shut it down straight away. How many things could you think of that are impossible? Can you eat your own head? It's not possible, is it? You need your head in order to eat, therefore you can't eat it. Yeah? You'd stop being able to eat before you finished eating your head. Yeah? I'm not describing that because I fucking think I'm clever. I'm describing it because you people think I'm dumb. Can't eat your own head. Oh yeah, Brian. Oh, that's a funny statement. No, it's something that's not possible. It's not possible that 2 + 2 equals anything other than 4. It's not possible that 2 + 2 equals 3. That's not a possibility. So when you say anything's possible, there's loads of stuff that's not possible. Yeah? But the more loose way that it gets used, anything's possible, is to sort of talking about stuff we don't know the answer to. Yeah? Oh, well, anything's possible because we haven't actually proven the answer yet. Yeah? You reckon? If I was to string a load of numbers together and multiply them together, large numbers, let's say, 150 times 200 times 342 times by 75 times by 1015 times by 100. Yeah? Do I need to know the answer to that? To know that if someone says, I think it's 7, I would just be able to say, no, it's not 7. Well, how do you know? You don't know what the answer is. No, but I know that it's definitely not 7. If you were to say 173 million or whatever, I wouldn't know if that was wrong because you're getting up there into big numbers. That's probably a big number, so I couldn't know that was wrong. But if you said it was 5, I can know that's wrong, can't I? So the point of me saying this now is you do not need to know